Hello, beer tubers, and welcome to yet another beer review with me, Peter, the Master of Hobbits. Today, joined by
Brett
of Anomyces, checking out some more Slice, courtesy of Joe from Jowls Arcade. So thanks a ton to Joe for these. He sent a lot of awesome hoppy stuff, and Slice is his new favorite brewery, or at least one of his favorite breweries. He talks about them often and reviews all their stuff. So he was kind enough to send some Slice along, which is awesome. So thanks a ton, Joe. And we really enjoyed what we've had so far, especially the West Coast Triple IPA.
that was
Hippie
great.
Cabbage, that was really good.
Pretty good.
So we got more West Coast IPA today, and besides these two, we actually also still have one hazy IPA from Slice that he sent. So yeah, thanks to Joe.
Yeah.
Check out his channel. I'll put a link down below if you haven't checked it out already. You probably know him, Joe Jowsacade. We're checking out two cans here, a single West Coast IPA and a double, and the beers are Powerful Herbs. Looks like kind of like a dollar bill,
Yeah.
but with hops and stuff, and yeah.
And then the Vaccinator.
The Vaccinator. I love this one. Like the artwork is
Arnold
amazing.
Schwarzenegger.
It's got the Governator on the
Yeah.
label, no, the Vaccinator.
Yeah.
West Coast double IPA, sliced beer can. It just looks straight from the Terminator. And then it says, "I'll be vaxxed," and it says on the other side, "Hasta la vista, hazy." It's amazing. That's ingenious.
The world
and this is
would-
double dry hopped.
The world would be saved if we got a vaccine through beer.
Yeah.
So.
That's why we should have Arnold for Prez.
Yeah, exactly.
He could vaccinate us
Instead
all
of
through
Pliny for Prez.
Yeah,
it's
Arnold for Prez. They should do that.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
I'll just call it Governator or something.
The Governator.
Yeah, because they already did now Vaccinator. But
Yeah.
I love this label. It's
Yeah.
amazing. So,
Yes.
well, we're going to start off with a single IPA
Yeah.
here. So, Powerful Herbs is 7%. Joe even had the proper glassware for this, which is nuts. Like,
Shit.
it's crazy how many like brewers like this and Monkish, they put out so much glassware.
And I
too.
can't believe how much glassware Joe owns.
You probably
He
have
must
a lot.
have like 100, 200 different types of glassware.
Maybe. I feel like I have a lot, but I
Yes,
stopped
but-
buying a while ago and got like non-branded
I've
glassware.
never seen anyone with that much glassware, especially unique glassware for all
But
kinds
a
of
lot of it is
beers.
really cool though.
Yeah.
But let's start off with Powerful Herbs. It's
Which
hops,
hops?
Mosaic, and Centennial.
Okay.
So some classic. It is
We
so
talked
pale.
about-
It
it's
looks
so
like a
pale
lager.
and really, really clear, but it is also a bit green.
Yeah. It must be very powerfully hopped.
Yeah.
And this is 6 weeks, this can. This is 3 some weeks. So
Yeah.
super fresh, especially the Vaccinator.
Yeah.
But yeah, it almost looks like a light lager of sorts or something.
Yeah.
It's so pale.
But with maybe a lime in it because it's slightly green.
Yeah, it's like a greenish pale
Yeah.
yellow. It looks crazy.
Yeah.
A white head on it. It looks very nice and very effervescent. Let's check out the aroma. Oh, that smells really nice.
Yeah.
Very much in the same vein as Hippie Cabbage. Very new school, but this
Yeah.
smells a bit more towards what I remember from old school West Coast IPAs because of
It's
Centennial.
very green, you know.
Yeah, but also because of Centennial. It has that like
Yeah.
citrusy but like really piney and slightly earthy
Yeah.
vibe.
I'm thinking super piney. And
It's really dank too.
Yeah, dank and like this almost like melon pith kind of, you know.
Oh yeah, chewing
Yeah.
into the rind.
Yeah.
I totally see that.
Yeah.
Also a bit of dank blueberry.
Yeah. Almost like, you know, watermelon when you get down to, you know, the last part of it, or Galia melon or something, when it gets really green. Yeah.
Also just putting your head straight into a big bag of freshly
Yeah.
opened hops.
And just like a pine tree.
Yeah. Almost like, again, a little perfumey, like floral.
Yeah, and that I usually get that from Centennial.
Yeah, it smells really good.
Yeah.
It smells like a mix of new and old, really.
Yeah, it does.
West Coast. Let's try it. Cheers. Thanks a
Cheers.
ton, Joe. Oh. It feels like it's more bitter than the other one, the triple IPA, doesn't it?
Maybe it's just because it's...
Maybe it's lighter.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
Super light and crisp. Very classic West Coast type IPA. Super clean. Orange, tangerine. Not crazy amounts of grapefruit, actually. There's
No.
some, but I think it's more of a sweet citrus thing. And
Yeah.
then definitely it
Pine.
has really
Lots of
piney,
pine.
really piney, and really like on the aftertaste, like it has like dry floral kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. Pine and flowers are like in the aftertaste, and then up front is like tangerine. Yeah.
I'm really
bit
digging
of
these
orange.
new school West Coasters, man. They're so crushable. You can just crush. I could just like dome this can.
Yeah.
It's really good. There is like a little bit of an oniony thing too.
Yeah.
Just like a little bit of a, almost like sweaty.
Yeah,
Like I get that
I'll
sometimes
say
from
more sweaty than onion.
yeah, like sweaty dank. I sometimes get that from Mosaic, like a sweaty dankness. And
Yeah.
it has a bit of that.
There's a bit of like a locker room kind of thing about it.
Gym socks. It
Yeah.
sounds terrible, but it's in a good way because it's beer. But you know, it's really nice. It's kind of like it's a new and old school kind of West Coast
Yeah,
combination.
because it's not super bitter, to be honest, and it's not
But it's got some
that
bitterness
dry.
also.
But
No. But it's funny. It seems like we're going towards what we did back in the day, where you just wanted the IPAs to be more and more bitter.
I just like when they are a bit more bright and a bit more,
But this is so much more bitter than a New England IPA.
I just like when they have a bit more of a snap and a piffiness, that.
But you know what? With something like this,
It's
it
also
drinks
just
so
pliny,
well.
in your head.
This just it just makes me think that hopefully people will start to think like, I want to drink more of this, especially with newer breweries like this doing it more often. Just doing one of these cans of West Coast IPA. I really dig it. I think that's really cool. Vaccinator. This has Mosaic, Strata, Chinook, and Amarillo. So again, new school and old school combined.
Mosaic, Strata, Chinook, and Amarillo.
Yeah. Strata is one of these new favorites for a lot of brewers.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that. That looks great too. It's slightly more yellow. It looks like it's not got that like greenish.
It doesn't look as carbonated, at least not from the bubbles rising.
No.
But yeah.
But it looks like what you want a West Coast IPA to look like. It's pin bright.
a bit more golden,
you can see us through the beers. Nice white head. Let's check out the aroma on the Vaccinator. It's actually slightly muted, isn't it? Compared to
this one is more
that's
popping.
weird. I didn't expect that. Yeah.
Instantly more popping.
Ooh,
And this is the oldest one.
Yeah, that's a bit odd. It's like, hippie cabbage was so explosive, but maybe we have a slightly off can because the carbonation is, that could also be part of it.
Yeah, it's not flat, but it's a bit flat.
I'm getting a bit of like the blueberry mosaic, and I'm definitely getting like citrus pits, but
and earthiness.
Yeah, but it's like it's not exploding out of the glass. But I think it might be just a kind of carbonation thing. You really dug this too. I'm definitely smelling more of a like sweet and candied orange thing.
Yeah.
On the aroma, but it's definitely milder.
Definitely.
Let's see how this one tastes. Cheers.
The carbonation is there.
Yeah. Ooh, it's bitter. Much more bitter.
Yeah.
It's definitely a double IPA.
Yeah.
I think I prefer Powerful Herbs a bit more.
Yeah.
It just sings a bit more. It's a bit more muddled.
Yeah, it's not as distinct. It's a bit more,
Like, it's got like a lot of Chinook flavor in terms of like resin and pine.
and earthiness.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then there is a kick of, mosaic or some kind of new school type flavor, but it seems a bit more generic compared to this one.
Yeah, it's
Powerful
just not
Herbs.
as clean cut.
No.
It's a bit more, but it's still a nice double IPA.
Yeah, it's still a very nice double IPA. It's got a lot of fresh hop taste and like brightness and everything, but it's just not as distinct. It's a bit more muddled.
Yeah.
Even though
And
it's really
just
fresh.
a bit of booze actually up front. Just a touch.
Yeah, / maybe spiciness. But also with these, it's really hard because often you add a bit of dextrose or just a bit of sugar to dry out and whatnot, and you don't have like lots of malt and esters and anything to hide from. I argue it's really hard to brew a really, really good West Coast IPA. It's almost like with lager. It's like it's hard to hide from things like alcohol and over sweet, under attenuated flavors or under attenuated. Did I say the word? Under attenuated flavors, stuff like that. Like you'll pinpoint that extra sweetness instantly in the alcohol and everything because it's so clean. Yeah. Because they nail that. Like they're so clean, these beers.
I would just say compared to the triple IPA we had earlier, this is almost more boozy.
Yeah. Which is weird. Yeah. And I also say it's like much less expressive. Like hippie cabbage.
This is just very distinct. You know instantly when you smell it and when you taste it what it reminds you of.
Yeah. Like hippie cabbage was just world class fucking West Coast. It was so good. I would say neither of these are world class, but they're really fucking great West Coasters. But I'm a bit disappointed in the Vaccinator because I had such high hopes for that. I thought it would be like
it's a bit higher rated than the other one.
Also because it's this double dose of Mosaic, Strata, and Chinook.
Yeah.
And Amarillo's like even more.
Yeah. But I also smell.
And it's 8.8% ABV
on it. It's a bit. Yeah.
It's 8.8.
Okay.
I
Okay,
didn't-
so it's pretty high.
Yeah, it's almost 9%.
So that's also why I probably sensed just a bit of the booze.
Yeah.
It was just interesting with the hippie cabbage because you didn't get any booze at all. You sensed that it was a big beer flavor wise, but not in the sense of booze or anything in that vein.
But I'm still, definitely this opened my eye for Slice and their West Coast beers. And I hope more breweries will do stuff like this, especially in Europe. Because these were the last West Coast IPAs of all the IPAs we had in that huge shipment of hoppy beers. So, but yeah, I'm thinking like a 93, 94 on Powerful Herbs, and then a straight 90 on Vaccinator.
Yeah.
It's very nice, but it lacks all that impact that a lot of other West Coast IPAs have. And what I remember from some of the classics, like just like if we take Pliny, that was more impactful, more distinct.
Much more defined in flavor.
Yeah.
And then
That's also crazy beer too.
But
so much.
But it's it's a pretty good reference because we had just had it, and then you have these afterwards, and then you can kind of tell, okay, where do these need to improve to get to Pliny level.
This is really good. When you come from this to this is just, that's a great West Coast.
It's a really good West Coast single IPA.
Yeah, and it's really dank. It's actually not far off from something similar to Afterglow. Maybe not as
it's modern West Coast.
Yeah, maybe not as bright and intense as that was, but also when we had that, we didn't have the references we have now. Even though I drank so much West Coast IPA, you also have to remember that we've been on a dry spell. Like,
but I would like if this had just a bit more like a snappy bitterness and a bit more brightness in the finish.
It'd be a 95 plus.
Yeah,
100%.
it would.
Yeah.
It just needs that last extra kick, and maybe it had that, 2 or 3 weeks ago. We don't know, but as it is right now.
Yeah.
It's 93, 94, straight 90.
Yeah.
Maybe 89.
I'd say 90 because the hop flavors you want are somewhat there. Yeah. It's just not distinct. It's really well made double IPA.
Yeah.
It's much better made than a lot of European attempts in making West Coast double IPAs. It's just lacking that pop and sing that we got from this and Hippie Cabbage. But
you're also just a bit extra critical when you've had
something that's tough.
3 Plinies in 3 weeks. So
3 different variants of Pliny, man.
Exactly.
We've been blessed. 2021 has been off to a crazy start, but this was fun, Joe. Thanks a ton. More haze coming from Joe, and also just more other haze that we got. So
more no haze.
Yeah. So check out Joe's channel again. Link for his channel is down below. If you haven't seen it, you probably have, but otherwise it's down there. And if you had either the Vaccinator or Powerful Herbs from Slice, let us know what you thought of them. Very nice West Coast IPAs. And as always, remember to comment, subscribe. Check out the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and ring the bell for future notification about videos. And we're going to say cheers in some Powerful Herb.
Yeah.
And see you guys in another beer review. I might have drunken more beers tonight.
See you, guy.
See you, guy.